Right, so valid square, we're given the coordinate of 4 points P1, P2, P3, P4 with their x and y coordinates respectively, and we are asked if these 4 points can form a valid square or not. What is a valid square? A valid square is with positive length, so it can't be zero. And finally, the degree should be 90. Even this is a valid square. So there's never, I mean, there's nothing mentioned that if the line should be parallel to x or y plane. So this is also possible. And this should give us an intuition that we should go for a property of square which will hold true even sideways. We don't need to worry about, the parallel nature of the sides, the planes. So what is that property? So if we try to remember, square has equal lengths, so it will have four equal lengths. These are the four equal lengths, and will have two equal diagonals. This is one of the property. I mean, these two properties combined we can use to validate if these 4 points form a square or not. If we try to find distance between P1, P2, P3, P1, P4, P1, and then similarly P2, P3, P3, P4, P2, and then finally P3, P4, we will find and we'll store it in a map. We'll find that we'll get four equal lengths. Sorry if I made a mess. Four equal lengths as shown here and two equal diagonals. So the map size will be 2, and the value or the key value pair will be the value will be 4 and 2, and the key cannot be 0, right? Key here will be the distance, so it can't be 0. It needs to be positive. So that's what we are going to do. Since we are going to find the distance between a lot of points, so I'll create a find distance where in which I'll pass points P1, P2, this will be, let me just try to get the map as well. Map will be of length and int, right? Length will be stored in double, right? And I can have the count in int, and that will be map, and this will provide me the distance. I'll increase the map accordingly, and now I'll copy it for the other points. Basically it will be for P1, P3, P4, this will be P3, P2, P2, P4, and finally P4, P3. Now if I traverse, firstly I'll check if the map size is only 2. It's not equal to 2, in that case I'll return false, or I'll traverse and I'll see if A is equal to 0, return false, or if A is equal to 0, return false. If A or B is equal to 4, or B is equal to 2, in that case continue. If at this point I see that it is not equal to 4 or 2, then I'll return false. otherwise return true. And now I'll create find distance which will return double. Right, this will be taking vector of int a comma b uh, as return square root of power of 2 comma a comma 2, or actually a of 0 comma 2. It will be x square plus x1 minus x2 square plus y1 minus y2 square. So this will be minus b of 0. I'll take the absolute value just to be sure, and I'll add the same thing for the y coordinates. This should return me the distance. Let's see if this works. Alright, so my bad, this is vector of int, not vector of int. Let's see if this works. The time complexity will be, since there are only 4 points, and I think it should be O of 1 if I'm not wrong. Since 4 points is a constant and distances are just taking a constant operation, and this is going to be just 2 or less, uh, or even if it's more, then it's going to be within constant limits, because we just have 4 points, and that's why O of 1 and O of 1, I believe, time and space, and it works. Thanks guys.